Hey guys, it's me again. So I decided to do another video, but this time I'm gonna talk more about the things I've come across as a young trans man in America, specifically Eastern America, Southeastern Pennsylvania. Um, I'll start with kind of the basics to get you covered. I'm 22. I came out when I was about 15 or 16. I'm not on hormones yet. I should be by my 23rd birthday in July, hopefully, praying. Um, when I came out, how do I put this? I was adopted when I was 3 years old. But I have lived with my adopted mom and her family and my adopted dad and everything since I was 3 weeks old. So almost literally, I consider myself to be adopted for the last 22 years. Um, Whenever I came out, my adopted dad had already passed away, sadly. He passed away when I was 14. And then when I came out to my adopted mom, she was completely and utterly fine with it. She really didn't give two shits. As long as I'm happy and healthy and I'm not hurting myself or, really anybody else in the process, like by hurting, I mean physically or something, stuff like that. She doesn't care as long as I am okay and I'm happy with myself and I can live with myself and the decisions that I am making. With that said, though, my adopted mom has passed away. It will be a year on March 25th, so miss your mom. Thank you. I love you. Um, Now, I came out to, well, I didn't necessarily come out to the rest of my adopted family. My adopted mom did that for me, and my adopted mom has 5 natural children who were all grown by the time she got me. And when I say grown, I mean they were all grown and pretty much had kids of their own. So, yeah. But the only person in my adopted family that really just doesn't give a shit and is just like my mom and just is happy that I'm happy and everything is my adopted mom's youngest daughter, which is my older sister. And she kind of cares, but at the same time she doesn't. She's rather conflicted with this whole thing. Like, at the same time, she just wants me to be happy. Aside from her, my niece, which is my sister's daughter, which is my sister's daughter, she's really supportive, and I love her to death. She's like my sister. And my niece had an older brother, but he passed away almost 5 years ago. But he was very supportive too. He actually gave me my first fucking awesome haircut I've ever freaking had in my life. Like, this haircut was the shit. And that was my first male haircut, so, he was very supportive. He was like my big brother. I have a 13-year-old goddaughter who is kind of like, whatever. She doesn't really know, but she knows. She doesn't care really right now because she's so young. She just doesn't care. So I'm not sure how that's going to go as she gets older, especially her being in school and everything. And then she has a little brother who's 10, which is my godson. He is confused, kind of. I don't think he understands really, but I don't think he really cares. He's one of those kids that's like, whatever, if it doesn't affect me, I don't give a shit. The rest of the people in my family are like tipsy-topsy or just straight up not going for it. So I say, you know what, fuck you then. Now, since, I'm adopted, I'll go with the birth side of my family. My natural family, it depends on the person and what side we're talking about. My birth mother, who really I don't consider to be a mom, a mother, or anything of that nature, doesn't like it at all. Me and her do not get along whatsoever. We have never gotten along. She doesn't like my decisions. She doesn't like my opinion. She doesn't like anything I do. My biological sister, my little sister, she depends on the day you talk to her about it. Depends on who she's around. It depends, all those variables depends on what answer I get out of her. My first dad, my dad, he's awesome. I love him. He doesn't give a flying monkey's rat's ass what the fuck I do. So long as I'm happy, healthy, and I haven't killed anybody. So yeah, my dad's awesome. And pretty much everybody on my dad's side of the family doesn't care. They're just like him. As long as I'm happy and healthy, and I'm doing what needs to be done to keep me healthy and mentally happy, they don't care. They still love me. They call me that. They call me their grandson, their uncle, because I do have nieces and nephews. You know, I'm their cousin and I'm their son. You know, the whole 9 yards. It's like my female self never existed, which is why I'm just it never has. That's really neat. Uh, the people of my birth mom's side of the family, aside from my Sandy, which is my birth mom, and my little sister, they either know and they're not saying anything, or they don't know and don't want to know, which is fine by me because I haven't seen pretty much anybody from that side of the family since I was like, I would say maybe 10, something like that. And I haven't seen anybody on my dad's side of the family since I was 15, but I've been talking to them for a while now, so that's covered. I talk to them pretty often. You know, school-wise, growing up, my parents presented me as female, even though I tried to masculinize that as much as possible with what I could do. My friends in school really didn't care. They really didn't. It was I had a really great childhood growing up in elementary school. Middle school was getting kind of hard, but it wasn't that hard nonetheless. And still nobody cared. I still had friends and stuff like that. High school, I can't say much about high school because I was homeschooled for 9th through 12th grade. So I don't know how that would have worked out if I would have went to school. So I honestly cannot tell you how that would have worked out or anything. I would hope it would have been for the best, but I will never know. Whenever I was altering my books throughout my many years of life, like I said, elementary school K through 5 was as masculinized as I could. But I know whenever it came to Halloween, I believe my mom won the battle once to dress me as a princess, and I mean only once. After that, every Halloween after that particular Halloween in grade school, I was something that boys were, like vampire. I was always a vampire. I was the coolest vampire, I must say. And then, see, 8th grade, I guess 8th grade you can say I was a really big tomboy, because I was still trying to figure out if it was safe and okay for me to be a boy. So, you know, that was kind of awkward. Whenever I went to high school in the 9th grade for about 2 months, maybe 3, and that was the very last time I attempted to even look like a girl. Like, I went school shopping with my mom, and we bought all girl clothes and shit like that. That shit got thrown away after like 2.5, 3 months. And that made me feel bad, because we spent like a couple $100 on these clothes. And I changed all that, cut my hair, got all boy clothes, everything. And I've never looked back. Never have I even once wanted to go back. Never have I even once felt comfortable looking the way I did for those 2.5 months, whatever. I remember once in the 3rd, possibly 4th grade, it was 4th, my parents had fallen asleep for the night, and I was supposed to be in bed, and I got out of bed, and I got some scissors, and I straight up cut my hair. I will admit, it was a bad cut. It was like shorter, not even shorter length, a little less than shorter length. But still, I was like, yay, it's shorter than what it was. Or, yeah, it's shorter than what it was. My mom was like kind of pissed, but at the same time, she just kind of laughed. She knew what I was trying to do. I remember, though, growing up, all my cousins, well, they're not really my cousins, but I call them my cousins, were pretty much all boys. If they were, like, all my cousins were, like, all boys. So, Whenever it came for hand-me-downs, I seriously just about always got better hand-me-downs. And I remember I had these one pair of shoes that I called my combat boots. And they really did look like combat boots. These are like before we got like work boots and stuff like that. And like I wore these shoes every single fucking day of my life until I lost them. I think either I lost them or I outgrew them. I can't remember. And I remember in school, my first crush was my best friend Christy. I mean, that girl, like, she was my best friend of all time. Like I don't ever remember a time growing up where I didn't feel like a boy, and I don't remember a time growing up where I didn't like girls. That has changed as I got older, sexuality-wise. Now that I'm older, I do like girls, biological girls, straight girls, maybe bisexual, depending on how you see me and how we match. And I do like female to male transsexual guys. And sometimes I like biological guys, but that is extremely rare that I do. I think that covers a lot of shit. If you're watching this, please subscribe. All you other trans guys out there, please subscribe. If you have any questions, just comment below, of course. Definitely comment. I love comments. The more comments, the better. And I promise you, I will do my best to try to answer the comments. And if you're gonna leave a negative comment, don't fucking think about it, because I will fucking delete your ass. And if I could, I'd fucking kick your ass. So yeah, haters not welcome. Anybody else, please feel free to look. And this video is almost 12 minutes long, so I'm heading out. Peace out, home slice.